What is it, Barry?
Having trouble sleeping?
Yes, I am.
It's my fault. I shouldn't have said what I did. I don't know what possessed me. I just don't seem to have any control over my words or feelings lately.
Well, that's your pattern, isn't it, Barrett? First you lash out, and you say things that you know will hurt me very deeply, and then you apologize. Say that you just couldn't help yourself.
It's true.
Oh, I know. I know. And I always do forgive you. Then there's another incident and you lash out again.
I don't mean to.
Is this going to go on the rest of our lives?
No. It'll stop the day that I'm sure of you.
Oh. And when will you be sure of me?
Probably the day our baby's born. That moment means a great deal to me, Ginny. When it happens.
Mom, Mommy, you awake?
Oh, honey. Come on in. What is it? Sit down.
I feel terrible.
In what way, Steve?
I don't know. I just can't sleep.
You're soaking wet. Your pajamas are soaked. Honey, go on. Go back to bed.
But I can't sleep.
I'll be in with an aspirin, okay? We'll change into some dry pajamas, and I'll stay with you until you fall asleep. I promise. Go on.
Well, that was convenient.
What do you mean?
You'd do almost anything to spend an hour or so away from my bed, wouldn't you? Where's Grandma?
She's upstairs sitting with Steve.
I'll go up and sit with him.
You know, Barrett, you might rub his back. It seems to help him a little bit.
It's been a pretty tough spring so far.
It'll get better.
You're right. We have a new baby to look forward to.
Yes.
Shouldn't we be doing something about the diapers and bottles, and receiving blankets, all that stuff?
There's plenty of time for that.
We should be thinking about names for the baby. We haven't even talked about it.
There's time for that, too.
At the risk of sounding immodest, if the baby is a boy, I'd like to name him Barrett Jr. I saw a book in the drugstore the other day, What to Name Your Baby. I thought I'll go in tomorrow and get a copy.
Would you like some supper?
No, thanks.
Well, why don't you go sit upstairs with Steve for a while I finish up here, okay?
You don't think it's vain of me to want a son named after me, do you?
No.
You will think about it, won't you?
Yes, I will.
must have some idea what babies do.
All the calculations in the world can't guarantee a delivery date.
Well, Steve was born right on time.
Well, that was 10 years ago. This is Ginny's second child.
What difference does that make?
Second children tend to be born earlier.
Well, give me a rough idea. Take a guess.
Well, with all the complications that Ginny's had with this pregnancy, I suspect that it will be a premature birth. But don't hold me to it.
You know, there's such a difference between this pregnancy and Ginny's first.
Why's that?
It's Ginny. And when she was carrying Steve, I mean, all she wanted to talk about was the baby. But this time, she doesn't want to talk about it at all. At least that's the way it seems.
Ginny wants this child very much, Barrett. It's very important to her.
It's important to me, too.
I know. But Ginny's afraid of losing this child, so maybe she just doesn't want to talk about it.
Ginny seems fine to me. I thought the danger had passed.
The danger is always present.
Do you think a little optimism would help?
Probably. But don't go overboard, okay? Hi.
How's Steve doing?
Well, he seems to be settling down.
Oh, he'll feel much better tomorrow.
I'll go up and see if Grandma's all right. And I'll sit in Steve's room for a while. Thanks for coming, Court.
Sure.
What were you two talking about?
The baby.
Barrett wants to name the baby Barrett Jr. if it's a boy.
I know. But that's only natural.
I know. But I'm having an awfully hard time dealing with it.
Ginny, when are you going to tell Barry that the child is Ryan's?
Oh, Courtney, I've tried. I have tried so many times, but I just can't get myself to do it. It'll destroy Barrett. Especially now.
Why now?
Because Barrett's under so much pressure right now with my accident last week and all this business about Paige.
Ginny, tell me something. Do you think Barrett's unstable?
Why do you ask?
Well, Ryan came by to see me the other day after you were found in the cellar. And he seems to think that, well, that Barrett's having some serious problems.
Barrett was upset when he found out that I'd been trapped in the cellar, and of course he found Ryan here. His reaction was only natural.
But it's not the only time he's been upset, is it?
He's getting a lot better. You know, everything's going to be just fine.
So I gather you're not going to tell him about the baby.
Not now.
But what if he should get suspicious? What if he should find out?
He won't.
some other
I
way?
won't let it happen. I won't allow that to happen.